like I said, I don't have a plan. I'm just walking around looking at the stuff. So if you have a plan for what to do,
I want to see if I can find a cute plush.
find out what?
A cute plush.
All right, let's go.
The cutest plush ever.
Let's go to the no man's land of money. Money goes in, none comes out. There you go. You say you want a plushie thing? The right one.
Perfect.
What's wrong with these ones?
Random plushie.
What's wrong with these ones?
Nope. None of them are good.
That's a very judgmental attitude.
None of them are good enough.
Maybe they don't think you're good enough for them. You ever think of that? The Wario, that's what's speaking to you?
Yeah.
Into your soul?
Wario.
I always knew.
You always knew about Wario.
You're Scooby-Doo Unmasked for the GameCube. What the hell? Anime Boston 2022. I went to that. 3 days of anime festival in my area. That's right. It's been a couple years since we had Anime Boston. It's been 3 years or something. 2019 was when it last happened. We had this thing called a global pandemic. It kind of happened, kind of ruined things for a while. Didn't exactly get to enjoy anime with everybody in person. I'm trying to think the first time I ever went to Anime Boston. It was probably like 2015, 2016. I can't remember. Maybe it was 2014. But it was like during my college years, during my early college years. And it was a really, really fun experience. And ever since then, I tried to go every year after that. At least for a couple days. Not necessarily for all 3 days every year, because sometimes by the third day, I'm fucking tired. And usually there's not too much going on Sundays anyways. But Anime Boston is a fun experience. And it came back, and it was still pretty fun. You could definitely feel that there was some stuff lacking this year. There was a lot of panels. There's definitely a lot of stuff you could do while you were there. Just personally, there wasn't too much that really stood out and interested me immediately with it. But I was also kind of busy with my own thing during the convention because I went as a member of the press. Because for those of you who don't know, I own an anime website called Jitaku Network, where we write about anime, do reviews, news, all the fun stuff, all the good memes. You should check that website out sometime. So because I was a member of the press, I walked around with this thing the whole time, which is like an audio voice recorder thing. I got this mostly for when I was asking questions at the press panel thing. You can put it right up there and you can record talking with them and stuff like that. So I have recordings with that we'll probably publish on Jitaku at some point. But I also just recorded it all over the place and narrated me talking about stuff. So we might be using that in this video, or we might not. I don't fucking know anymore. Sometimes the audio quality was good. Sometimes it was shit. Depended on how loud it was and how close I was holding it up, because I didn't understand how these things work.
It's not the mic check, mic check, mic check. That's not for me. How you doing?
This is a learning process. So I went in as this press pass, and it allowed me to attend these press panels, which are specifically like talking with the guests at the convention for that year. All voice actors and like 2 music people. I didn't go to either of the music people. And in fact, I tried to go to some of the voice actors, but a lot of them didn't show up or reschedule, and then I didn't go to the rescheduled thing. I did get to talk with Griffin Burns. He's the voice of Child in Genshin Impact, and that's like, it seems to be his biggest role right now. But by the way, in the meantime, between Anime Boston 2019 and 2022, Genshin Impact happened. So it was all Genshin Impact this year. Everything. All the voice actors every voice actor was like a Genshin Impact character of some kind, and that was everything that everybody was asking questions about or knew them for and shit. It was like, god damn, this. But yeah, there's so many Genshin Impact cosplays, so many Jujutsu Kaisens. You had a lot of Chainsaw Man cosplays. There was also some from The Batman, that movie that just came out. which I just thought was funny. But everybody that went there this year had to be vaccinated and masked up the entire time, unless you're eating. So everybody, even if they were in cosplay, they had to have a mask on of some kind. So all the photos and videos and stuff you'll see of the convention this year, it's all these cosplays and they have the mask on. And for some of them, they incorporate the mask with it, and it looks really well done with that. And luckily, I did not get sick at all from going to the convention, so thank God for that. I was kind of worried about that because there's a lot of people. There's people on Twitter, specifically one person I think, that was saying, "Don't go to Anime Boston. You'll be spreading COVID to everybody. You will be killing everyone you know." Which, I mean, yeah, you should definitely be careful if you're going out to a convention. But they made it sound like specifically Anime Boston was going to be the thing that starts killing people again. Which, as far as I could tell, it wasn't the case. But I don't fucking know about that. But yeah, so I went there with my little bro, and we walked around. We got to go to some panels. We got to buy some really awesome stuff and see some voice actors. So, like I said, we went all 3 days to Anime Boston, and we got there. I think the email that they sent me for being a member of the press, I could skip the line if I wanted to as a member of the press, and they were going to give me like a fast track sticker on the back or something, but I ended up not getting that because I went with my brother, who's not a member of the press, so I didn't get those benefits, I guess, or even if I could, I couldn't use them because he was with me for most of the time, so whatever, So it's in the Heinz Convention Center, which is connected to the Sheraton Hotel in that area, Boston. And so the line for registration is like all in the Sheraton Hotel, and you're getting in this line in the Sheraton. That's the line to like get into a longer line, and then eventually once that line goes through, you pick up your badge. So once we got in, we tried going to some other panels. We went to like something about how to be a podcast or how to start a podcast, which I wasn't a huge fan of the panel, but he was saying some interesting things. Then we went to a panel about hip hop and anime soundtracks, which the panelist for that was someone named Aztec from a band called Hybrid Thoughts. They worked on hip-hop songs for anime soundtracks in shows like Jujutsu Kaisen, Dr. Stone, and Beastars. It was super late for the panel. We were there for like, I think half an hour. The panel itself was only supposed to be like an hour long. I think it was like 20 to 30 minutes late for his own panel. And he got up at the stage and he was like, "Sorry, I was operating on like hip hop time or whatever." And there was supposed to be 2 other panelists up with me. One is currently in Japan or something, so he wasn't going to be able to make it. The other one, I don't know where the fuck he is. It's like, wait, what happened there? And then he kept trying to like play some tracks on his laptop of like some of the stuff they worked on to like showcase it, and at first they just didn't work at all, and so he kept trying to talk in the meantime about his experience, and then the staff would like try to fix it. Eventually they fixed it, and then you could barely hear it through the speaker, and then at the end he's just like, "Yeah, so that's the track I did." It's like everybody's just like, "Was there something playing?" I don't know. When he was actually talking about his experience in that industry and what it's like working for, I believe he said they worked with like Toei execs, and then they would like tell them what they need and stuff like that. All that stuff was really interesting. Another key thing that we went and saw was 3 voice actors that attended as guests: Max Middleman, Robbie Damon, and Ray Chase. That trio of voice actors has been promoting their comedy trio group that they're doing called Loud, Annoying, Very Annoying. It stands for LAVA. They had like 3 panels while we were there. The first one we went to was like a Q&A with them, and there was another, I think, Q&A kind of thing later on, but in between was like them doing one of those at an actual comedy show, and the comedy show was fucking amazing. These dudes are hilarious. Even at the Q&A was basically them doing a Q&A, but with all their improv games, and it was really fun. So that was an awesome time. Those guys are hilarious. If you ever get a chance to check out that comedy group, I think they also have some kind of podcast thing too. You should check those out because those dudes are funny. And the other thing I went to myself was the Griffin Burns press panel. This was the only main press panel I got to go to, and he seemed like a chill dude. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning though. He said to himself, my brain feels like it's still 7 a.m. for me. I'm just not awake right now. I'll answer your questions, but like you could tell he answered a question, but you could tell he was dead. I kind of felt him too. I felt kind of dead having been up at that time too. I'm used to waking up at fucking noon. Okay. But it was cool. I didn't ask too many questions because this is the first time I ever went to one of these press panels. I had assumed, based on watching previous press panels from Anime Boston and other things online, you couldn't see the crowd, but you could hear each of the members of the press asking questions to them, and it usually sounded like there was a lot. So I figured, all right, there'll be a lot of people. I won't have to come up with too many questions myself to to ask, so that'll be helpful. So there was basically like just 3 of us there, and I think I was struggling to try to figure out questions to ask. The first one I asked based on a podcast I'd seen him in previously, where he was like, 2021 is going to be a big year for video game voice acting roles for him. So I asked him, how did that go? That was dumb of me to do without bringing up his actual roles in 2021, because voice actors do a lot of things, so it's hard for them to remember all of them, especially if some of them are forgettable. So his answer was basically, yeah, it's hard for me to remember my roles. I think I was in The World Ends With You. I'm not, but yeah, games were good that year, I think. I'm just like, all right, I guess I'll take that. I don't know what I expected out of that either. It was just something I came up with out of pressure of being like, oh, I have to ask a question now because there's only me and like 2 other people here. Oh, fuck. Which is funny because I did actually write in my notes of potential questions I was going to ask all the roles from that year, so I could like specifically like figure it out with them. And then I didn't use that. I just didn't use that. So this is my own fault. But everybody else was asking standard questions like, what's recording been like during COVID? Is there kind of, what's it like now? Are you like moving more to in person again for recording? Like how does that go? What's a weird thing that happened when you've recorded? Things like that. So that was a interesting but kind of stressful experience personally, because it was my first time doing that kind of thing, and I don't want to look like an idiot when I'm representing myself as a member of the press, even though it is just for a pretty small website. I did check out the AMV contest for 2022 while I was there, and that was really cool to watch all the submissions of. I never really sat through the AMV contest before. Usually I would like check out some of the AMV rooms in general when I was bored in between certain panels and didn't really have anything else to do. I would just kind of go in there and chill out and listen to some AMVs and check those out. But this year, checking that out, that was a really awesome experience, getting to see like the best of the best submitting. This is like they give you a little like a card with the info of all the entries and who made it, what anime they are, what's the title and everything. And then like there's a QR code to vote, because you vote for who the winners are. AMV artists, especially the ones I see in these submissions, they're like crazy good at anything and everything they do in terms of, it's insane. Holy shit. Yeah, so that was an awesome experience. Even if you're not a huge fan of AMVs, especially if you're not I'm not into a lot of the ones you see on like Instagram and TikTok or whatever, but the ones that I saw that were submissions for that AMV contest, they were like the kind of style that I enjoy, where it's more about just like picking the good scenes to correlate with the music or audio that's playing, as opposed to just focusing on the flashy, dazzling edit thing or whatever. There was also a lot of VTubers. A lot of VTuber panels. A lot of them talking about the history of VTubers, because VTubers kind of blew up in between Anime Boston 2019 and 2022. So now they're just kind of, they're all catching up to it now with the panel. So that's why there was like 8 of them in the one year. But there was actually special events hosted by HoloLive VTubers. There was a couple who I didn't know before, but there was also Mume and Crony, I believe, hosted a panel, and that was a really fun interactive time. They put it in the auditorium, so it was packed with a whole bunch of people in the front, and they made it a really interactive, like a HoloLive trivia. So a lot of the questions aren't the best for like you as an audience member if you're not a huge HoloLive person, I guess, because a lot of it's like inside things between that community, but it was still funny to watch, even if you're not a huge, like, I've watched some HoloLive stuff, but I'm not somebody who's like hugely into it. My little brother, who also went with me, is I'm pretty sure he's like obsessed with all that kind of stuff, but I don't know how much he would have known about those, but he definitely wouldn't have been able to go up and actually answer, because that was, they could see it, that they could see us, and they were talking to it. There was like a pre-recorded dumb thing or whatever. We did go to the artist alley and the dealer's room. All those were really fucking packed. It's really I really like walking through the artist alley. I bought a fuck ton of art from the artist alley. You can't see it. I did take pictures, so you might be seeing those on screen somewhere or some part later on in the video, but I bought a bunch of fan art, more than I think I have enough space for on my walls. I love walking through the artist alley, but there's too many people there, and if they all are attracted to a certain thing, then it's like now they're all in the front waiting to buy it, or they're trying to pick what they want to buy from there, and it's there's a big crowd that's forming in front of all the stuff, and it's hard for me to be like, yeah, I like this art, I really want it, but do I want it enough to wait in front of all this mess that's going on here? I don't know. Maybe I'll go back later. You will also see a lot of the same things depending on the year. It'll be like because it makes sense. The newest trending thing is what they're gonna do fan art of. So like this year it was all Genshin Impact, which I don't know fuck all about Genshin Impact characters. And the dealer's room, I bought a ton of manga and light novels. I mean, that's usually what I do every year when I go to Anime Boston. Usually I'll try to buy like 30 to 40 random volume ones of things. I got a bunch of those over here. I've already read through some of them, but usually I buy them and I'll keep it as a big like pile next to me on my desk. The last main thing I can remember us doing at Anime Boston was I went to see the premiere that they had there of Papel of Chimney Town, which it was an interesting movie. It wasn't bad. I was really nervous about it at the beginning. It's all 3D CGI, but it was done well with that. I didn't mind that part too much, but the beginning made it feel like a very discount Nightmare Before Christmas kind of thing, because it opened with like a singing, dancing 3D CGI thing about it being a Halloween, because the story centered around a garbage, like a spiritual like garbage man thing. So it's like a pile of garbage that comes to life, and he wanders into a town, and it happens to be Halloween. And in a way, it's like a coming of age thing, but also a big thing about working hard towards looking towards the future and progress and father-son memories and overcoming grief and stuff like that. There's a lot of themes going on with it. Overall, it was a very interesting story. It was very straightforward with what it was doing, and it has a lot of fun cast of characters going on with it.
Alright, let's go over all this cool stuff I got from Anime Boston this year. There's a lot. Alright, first off, we got 2 Blu-rays of Sakura Wars, the TV show and the movie. I got both of them from the panel host of the Sakura Wars panel, which was an awesome panel. I didn't know anything about Sakura Wars before the panel, and it's interesting that I not only got to learn about it, but now I also get some of the animes, so that's cool. Solo Leveling, Mobile Suit Gundam, The Origin, Volume 1. This thing called Virus, this is like a book. It's one of those things with words in it. You can't just look at pictures. Well, I know, scary. Hell's Paradise. I've heard great things about this. We'll see how that goes. Fire Punch, from the same author as Chainsaw Man. Got some more Tatsuki Fujimoto Gold, I'm assuming. I don't know anything about it, but everybody tells me I should check it out if I like Chainsaw Man, so we'll see. Death Note Another. This is a light novel by the same author as the Monogatari series. I don't know what it's about, but I thought the cover looked cool, and it's a Death Note story by the Monogatari writer, so what more do I need to justify it with? I mean, come on. Sakamoto Days. It's like a retired hitman working at a convenience store story. I heard a kind of review on a YouTube video about it sometime earlier, and I thought it sounded awesome, so I saw it and I picked it up. Easy. Magical Girl Raising Project. This is just a case if I likes the cover. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. Danganronpa Ultra Despair Girls. This is the manga version. I played most of the game. There was actually some pretty cool cosplays of this game in particular at the convention. But yeah, so I saw the manga and I was like, oh sure, we'll grab it. So I got that. Roka Braves of the Six Flowers. I don't know anything about this, but at some point I believe I got a shirt of this, and I think I wore it a couple times in college. I don't remember where I got the shirt, maybe from a Loot anime box or something. I have no idea. I just saw it, I remembered the shirt, so I got it. After the Rain, I Can't Believe I Slept With You. I am assuming it is a Yuri. If it is not, I have been misled. If this ends up going into a YouTube video as well, it might be demonetized. Aposims? Apsims? I don't, or is it an acronym? I don't know. It looked cool. I think some of the art inside looked fucking awesome too, so sure, why not? Add it to the pile. Torture Princess. This is another light novel. Blue Flag. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this one just based on the cover, but you know, like I said, I just wanted to try a whole bunch of stuff.
X-Love, I think that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. This one was shrink wrapped, so you know, and it's got the don't tell your parents about this one. And it also has the most annoying to read back cover info ever. Look at this shit. Do you like your mom and her 2-hit multi-combo attacks? Or is that? Do you love your mom and her 2-hit multi-target attacks? I can read, I swear. Strike the blood. We're striking the blood, I guess. I only know this from like a couple articles we've written. It seemed like a franchise that seems like it's popular, although nobody I actually know talks about it. It's more like all the news announcements of it act like it's popular, but I literally don't hear anybody ever talking about it. Magatsuki? Sailor Moon. Big version, eternal edition of the manga. I'd seen a whole bunch of these on sale at some other place before, like a few weeks ago, and I was like, that seems really cool, but I don't know if I feel like buying it just yet. And then I saw it at Anime Boston, and I was like, you know what? I do feel like buying it now, so I did. Alright, these last ones are art books. We have Tokyo Ghoul illustrations. There were 2 of these, actually, but I only got the one. And I think I got the last one. Sorry to anybody else that wanted it. Kind of bought the last one on the first day. I've read, I forget how many volumes of the manga. I fucking loved the manga of what I read so far, but I haven't gone to check out the anime yet, so we'll see how that goes. Look at that art. Holy fuck. Alright. Now this other one I got because I really liked the art on the cover, but I don't know anything about the source material. This is from something called Read or Die, and it was risky to buy this because it was shrink wrapped, so I didn't actually know what the art inside looked like. I just went based on knowing that I liked the cover art and assuming the rest of the art book would be in that kind of similar style. It wasn't really, because it's based on the anime, and the anime is not really in that kind of style, but I still kind of really liked the character designs and the story that it seemed to be describing in it, so I might go check out this anime, Read or Die. I just wanted to get some cool art books. Appreciate some art. I don't actually remember why it's shrink wrapped, because I thought I looked through and I don't think I saw anything inappropriate. Maybe it was just shrink wrapped because it's, I don't know, a really high quality art book. I don't know. I mean, these were like, I forget, like $30 each or something like that? I don't remember. Now that's it for the books. Through the power of editing magic, if this ends up going into the main video, we will snap our fingers and the whole thing will be cleared, and instead it'll be my poster shit. I don't know. I believe all of these were together at one place. These things too. We got some sticky notes of these cool anime girl computer tech theme design stuff. So I was like, these are awesome. Let me get 3 of them because there was a bundle deal, I guess. So I got those. I might not use them because I usually don't actually use those, but they look nice. I don't know. Those were all done by, I believe, this person here. These first ones here. Grace Kanchana illustrate. Yeah, you can see his stuff. You don't need me to read stuff. Okay, reading is not my strength here. Okay, that's some good. Now, this, I saw that, I think this was the first thing I saw there, and I was like, yes, this looks amazing. I haven't actually bought a Tifa anything here today yet, so let's get that, like, now, because I think this is really, really cool. And then they also had some postcard stuff, so I was like, oh, let me get one of those. I got this one. The cloud one, I wasn't like trying to get it, but I guess they said I spent over a certain amount on the other stuff I got there, so they were like, oh, well, you get a free another postcard. And I was like, oh, fuck, I don't know any of the other cards. They're like Genshin whatever, so I just got this cloud one. I still think it looks nice. I don't know. Kind of wanted another waifu. This Kill la Kill. Look at it. This is from the same place. Hell yeah. This is a Makima that I saw, and I was like, yes, I need a Makima, but I need to not be too horny, so I can actually put it up on my wall and not have people give me weird looks when they come in here. So, yeah. So that's that one. This is the Chainsaw Man art I got. It's him. It's the boy, the Chainsaw Man, in case you couldn't tell. He's amazing in so many ways. Holy shit. One of, I believe, 2 Megumins that I got. Look at that. And there's like little mini ones down here. Konosuba Season 3 coming soon, Tim, from a new studio, apparently. More Kill la Kill art. Look at that. Mako right there. That's the good. Some Spy Family art. right here. I believe that was, I think these three were all from that same one place by itself. Well, look at that. They got the dog. I'm at the chapter in the manga where they get the dog. I'm like at it now. I haven't read it yet, but I know there's a dog eventually of some kind. I don't know what shenanigans go on with that, but I'll find out. And then a power. We get a power right here. Hell yeah. That's the good stuff. All right. This one I think was my favorite. Well, like one of my favorites of all of them is Anya with the pistol with the silencer that she wanted. It's so cool. And I think when I got it, the guy, it was like the second day, towards the end of the second day, and the guy said that he thinks he's almost, no, it wasn't even towards the end, it was like halfway through the second day. And the guy was like, yeah, I think I'm almost sold out on those. Because like he was advertising it on a thing, but it wasn't actually in like there's like a little preview paper where you could pick them from. It wasn't listed on that, but they advertised in like a different section area. I think a lot of people didn't know it was there, was the reason why it didn't sell out quicker, because this is awesome. All right, now these ones, some of these I don't know who these characters are. Well, this one I do. This is Jet from Valorant. Some of these I don't know who they are though, because it was like buy 3 get 2 free, and I ran out of characters I recognized, so I just got some other ones. This is the second Megumin. I kind of like this style more than the other one. I like it a lot. It's really good. All right, now these ones, I believe these are VTubers. I think this one's name is Rushia or something. I don't know. I like the aesthetic that we got going on and the style. So I got that one. And I believe this is another VTuber. I have no clue who this is. I don't know names. I watch like 2 VTubers, like Calliope, Mori, and Crony a little bit. And that's it. So I don't know VTubers. And I think that's it. That was all of anime. Every last anime. All of them. Anime Boston 2021. Everything. All right, and that was my Anime Boston experience for 2022. Thank you everybody for watching. As usual, I hope you enjoyed this kind of video. Let me know what you thought about this kind of video in the comments down below. If you did enjoy it, maybe I'll make another one for next year. And if you're going to Anime Boston next year, let me know and maybe we can meet up and hang out or something. I don't know. We can figure it out. But in order to do that, you gotta make sure you subscribe. You gotta subscribe to the channel. You get all the good stuff, the memes, the scripts. I'm working on anime science stuff next about Healer Girl. We'll see if that happens. Will it? Maybe. Promises? I don't know. And also, you gotta be following me on Twitter. Maybe check out the Twitch, the Patreons, Discords, all the good stuff. You could be getting memes from like every single social media platform I'm pretty sure I have an account. Whether or not I use it on there is a different story. But yeah, that was my Anime Boston experience. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're having a good day. I will talk to you all later.